So for review time again, the Jaxx Happy wireless speaker. Now, needless to say, you can find this at Five Below. I believe the price tag was $7. You actually have a section with prices depending on which Five Below that you go to. Now right here, what are we working with? 2.5 to 3 hours of battery life, which it does vary depending on, I would say, how high you have the volume. Charge time is about 1.5 to 2 hours total, Bluetooth 5.3, so I am glad that they have a better, stronger connection lately. It does have USB-C. Nothing about this has a IP rating, and it does work with practically any device that uses Bluetooth. Now, with that being said, it is Jaxx, so temper your expectations, but let's get right into this review and see if this is worth the $7 that you're going to spend to purchase it. All right, guys, so I already started unboxing this thing, but I said, let me stop right here and actually record this part for you guys. It does have a USB-C, as you can see here. What I will say is if you notice the quality dropped in the video, it's because I'm using a OnePlus N30 again. I gave my wife my Samsung so she could take better photography in general. So do apologize for the quality, but I plan on just getting an iPhone or some type of Samsung device or OnePlus higher end device for a primary camera moving in the future. Anywho, does have the generic USB-C, which you can just use your regular USB-C charger if need be to actually charge this device. Though what I always say in these videos is that make sure that if you plug it directly into a wall outlet, it's not higher than, I would say, 10-watt charger. I mean, a 20-watt charger will do it, but you don't want it to destroy your speaker over time. These are cheap speakers. Now, I like this. I think this is pretty cool looking. It would have been better if this actually lit up. Let me see. Yeah, it would have been better if they had the eyes light up or something, but it doesn't. It's just a smiley face, and that's pretty much it right there. You got this little felt dish, not felt, I don't know what this material is, but obviously the speaker sits right here. And I noticed if you place it on the table, it doesn't really slide as much as I thought it would because of this material. Though I would probably peel, nope, this looks like this is really embedded in there. If you peel this off, it might tear. Okay, so you have the USB-C in the back that we talked about. We have the power button on and off right here. You do have your instructions, which to be honest, I don't really think you need to even look at this because there's only one button. But for video purposes, for those that still want to look at the instructions, just go ahead and screenshot this part right here or take a picture of it, however you need to copy it, so you'll know exactly what the instructions are. So it's not much to the speaker. Yeah, honestly, it's not much to the speaker. There's nothing really to say or describe it. It's just soft plastic. It's actually very, very smooth. If you squeeze the speaker, it doesn't feel cheap, in my opinion. It actually feels pretty solid. And that's, wait a minute. I'm about to say, did I speak too soon? Okay, so the part that I just pressed on with the face, I guess this section right here lifts up a little bit. Good enough. It's $7. What am I expecting? All right, let's go into the next section. So the sync process is pretty simple for the most part. It's normally the same for every device that I use. So I'm going to press my put my tablet down right here. Put this on the on position. All right, so it's on. As you can see, it's blinking, which means it's in pair mode. I am going to go to the settings right here in real time and show you guys how to pair it so you can actually see me do it. And you know that I'm not making that up because I'm not going to say other reviewers predetermine the stuff that they do, but for me, I like doing it in real time so you guys can actually see it rather than just saying it. Happy speaker. I'm going to assume that this is the one because, I mean, it is called the Happy speaker, so it's kind of self-explanatory. I'm going to press that. I'm going to allow it to hit my contacts and history. You don't have to allow it to do it. You can just press pair, and it's good to go. So right outside the box, this thing is at 80% immediately. It will vary depending on which speaker that you buy from Five Below. They all obviously aren't going to be charged at 80%, but that's not a big deal. All you got to do is just pop in your cable when you get it home and charge it up and you're good to go. But so far, so good. So I know some people might ask how to reset the speaker. To be honest, if you want to hook it up to multiple devices, you are going to have to either turn the Bluetooth off for one device or realistically unsync it to a current device that you have that might be turned on so it can automatically put itself back in pair mode to be synced to another device. So hopefully that answers that question. On to the next section. Now for transparency mode, like I'll do in most of these videos, I'm going to go to a file manager. I am not going to use any type of actual music application that has a equalizer or anything like that. So the sound that you hear is purely and directly from the speaker and its original content. Now, obviously, you can easily take this and use applications like what is it called? I forget. They're like Samsung has an application where you can change the settings and put bass booster and things like that in their phones. Apple has the same thing. There's Power Amp on the Android side. Yeah, that's what I normally use, Power Amp. But for video purposes, to show that, you know, I'm not trying to enhance the speaker, we're just going to use it directly from the file manager. So the first thing I'm going to play is Warzone, which is one that I normally play. It's YouTube friendly music. Let's go ahead and check out how it sounds and go from there. I'm going to play 2 songs, just so you know. Sounds pretty good so far. Ooh, okay. Sounds pretty good. The bass is there. It's called bass Jaxx. Let's turn it up. Whoa, I was not expecting that. That sounds very clear and rich. Don't mind the cuts on my hands. I have cats. They've been tearing me up. Well, the kitten has been tearing me up. I like it. It sounds pretty good so far. Let me just kind of just give you an idea of what I'm hearing versus what you're hearing. The bass is there. Normally with these cheaper speakers, it's always lacking something, whether it's vocals or bass. We didn't get to the vocals yet. We're going to check that in a moment. But so far, it sounds very, very good. The violin or whatever that was that started the song off sounds very strong, very rich. Even when I turned it up to its maximum octave, there was no breakage in the music. It actually sounded just as good, if not better, louder than it did lower. And that's normally a feature that headphones that use decent speakers normally have. Now, the odd part about this is that maybe it's just me. I don't know. The speaker, obviously, oh, you know what? Let me just pull this up real fast before we go to the next thing. It says driver diameter 52 millimeters, right? Normally when you buy bass Jaxx speakers, I never really say the driver diameters because it really doesn't matter in a grand scheme if you got to hear it in real time. No headset is made equally. Beats might sound different than Samsung Buds, and Samsung Buds will sound different from Pixel Buds, and Pixel Buds will sound different from Bose, whatever it is, right? Even if they use the same driver size, it's all about the quality of the product inside of it. And surprisingly, this is pretty good. Now, when I first bought this speaker, something told me in my soul that it was going to sound pretty good. And the reason being is because normally when you have stuff that has like character faces, you can tell based on the craftsmanship of looking at it that it seems to be of a better quality than the usual cheap junk that a lot of companies drop, especially these Five Below products. And so far, this is definitely delivering in a sound category. Now, if you're in a room with a bunch of different people, it's not going to sound, it's going to sound great, though voices and talking and conversations are definitely going to drown out the speaker. It's more of a personal thing, like sitting on your computer desk, sitting at home. If you have it next to your alarm or something like that on a table, that's what it's for. It will fill up the sound of a room, but if people are talking, it's probably going to drown it out unless they're quiet. Now, I'm going to play another song for you guys. It's called Fire and Ice. This is one that actually has a melody to it where someone is actually speaking so you can hear the vocals. That sounds good. For $7? I'm actually impressed. I know I do a lot of videos talking about the impressions of speakers, but this one stands out right here. Sounds good. Turn it up. Not all the way up. Okay. Sounds good. Honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about the quality of the speaker so far. Now, I guess I'll talk about longevity in the last part because it is bass Jaxx, and you know sometimes you buy defective stuff. I did post a video about my defective experience and laughed about it. But then when I reviewed the speaker the following day, I ended up switching it out, and it was perfectly fine after that. So again, sometimes you get a dud, sometimes you don't. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. Now, what I will say is that for anyone that's looking to buy this for someone as a gift, I would suggest this one, primarily because if you're giving it to a kid, if you're giving it to an adult, it has, what's the word I'm looking for here? It has personality with the face. Now, it does come in different faces. I do apologize, I don't remember the other colors. I think one was yellow, as a matter of fact, and I don't want to say there was a red, but I know that it was a turquoise or whatever this color is. And then you had a yellow color. I grabbed this one because they were flying off the shelf at the Five Below near me. I happened to go to the one in Philadelphia near 8th and Market where I found it. I don't mind dropping the location. And it was fine with me. I don't have an issue with it. They also have a Hershey speaker, which I'm probably going to do that one in a little bit. But so far, I definitely like the way this sounds. I don't think that anyone whatsoever is going to be disappointed by the speaker. And I am confident enough to say that I did use, what's the application called? Power Amp on the phone. And I upped the bass about to 30%, and it did not crackle, it did not break, which is surprising, which means that this is a pretty decent speaker. Now, with that being said, let's go over to the last section, and for the people that skipped everything else to find out if this is a good speaker or not. So to answer your question, if this is a good speaker, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown real fast for people that just skipped to the section that they wanted to, which is the end. The answer is yes, absolutely. Now let me explain why. The music quality is very, very good on this speaker. Let's be perfectly clear here. It is very, very good. Comparable to a lot of $20, $25 speakers that I see at like Ross and Burlington. Granted, those are iHome and things like that, iClever and all that, which these are all low-end brands if we're being honest here. But for the $7, Jaxx really outdid it. And it makes you wonder why they don't do this for all their products. It doesn't make sense that they don't. I get it that there are different products out there with different sizes and have different uses. Some are IP, X55, some aren't, whatever it is. But this is worth $7. To be honest, I'll be bold enough to say that this is worth $10 to $14 if you was to go to like a Ross store, if I happen to see it in here. Obviously, Five Below has it. This is a good speaker. I mean, when you look at the packaging and stuff, it looks pretty cheap if we're being honest here, and that's what I was skeptical about. But when I saw the speaker, like sometimes you just come across a headset and you know, yeah, based on how it's packaged, based on how it looks, this doesn't look like a product that's normally in this store. Let me go ahead and try it out. That's how I felt about it, and it works great. So to kind of give you guys a rundown, you have a 2.5 to 3 hour battery life. It takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to charge it completely. Obviously, you could keep this plugged up while you're using it if need be. It does have the on-off button, so only one switch and one cable right here. There is no IP rating, so don't take it to the beach. If you're inside a car, it'll sound pretty decent, but if you have the windows down, let's be real here, the sound is going to be drowned out. It's not that type of speaker where it has the amount of bass that, you know, obviously it's not going to replace a car speaker or anything like that. I do know some people where their speakers were damaged in a car, so they have a Beats Pill or a Soundcore Anchor speaker or something like that in order to play music. People will use it. People use different things for different stuff. But I do think if the windows is up, this will still sound good in the car. I've played other music. I played some rock songs. I played a little bit Korn, a little bit, I'm about to say Limp Bizkit, not them, Linkin Park. I've even played, what are they called? Falling in Reverse. Is that the name of the band? It's fine. I forgot the name of the band, but I believe they're called Falling in Reverse. Anyway, I played a bunch of different songs. I even played some rap music a little bit. I played the new Drake and not Kendrick Lamar. What's his name? J. Cole song. I forgot what it was called, but J. Cole's verse is amazing in that song. I don't know why Drake's even in it. I'm tired of that guy. But anyway, the point is that it's a very good speaker. $7, definitely purchase it, especially for the holidays. What I normally do for holiday ideas, which I'll do a video about that, holiday ideas, and I'll show you guys. I normally buy speakers like this, headphones, other things for people that play Nintendo Switch, that like corded or wireless stuff. And then I normally get them one or two things that they actually want. Like I might have a godson that loves the Mario movie. So I'll buy him figurines from the Mario movie, which Ross also sells, by the way, for half price compared to GameStop and places like that. He'll get exactly what he wants, and everything else is like, oh my gosh, I got all this extra stuff. And it's like, you know, just to make a person happy. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. I give this 3 thumbs up, even though I only got 2. Definitely purchase it. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.